I'm going to take you through the construction process of a shed that I built for a friend, Gord. Cool dude. He started the whole project off first by building a pad. He had to build a small retaining wall and leveled everything off with gravel and sand. Did an awesome job. Had it perfectly level. Remember, if you don't start level, you can't finish level. We then framed the base in with treated 6x4s and then ran the joists in between them. And this gave us a really good base to start our shed off with. Lift yours up. This one here is the key one here, I think. So this plywood's probably a little longer than 8 feet by a middle. Once we were done framing up the base, we screwed down some 3/4 inch plywood, and that's going to give it a really good strong floor. Yeah, I just have to go in a bit. Oh yeah, you got her there, Gordo. We're good. You there? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and put a screw right in that corner and pick this one in a little bit more. Let's throw the lug. We used 2-inch screws every 8 to 10 inches and made sure that that floor is not going to move or squeak. It'll be good forever. Maybe go every 10 inches or so maybe.
I put one in every one of those
in-betweens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next we framed up the back wall. Now we just didn't jump right into this. We did a little bit of planning. We laid it out. Laid out the side basically so that we could get the right angles that we needed for our roof. That way we could cut our studs at the right angle, and then we were also able to determine our height at the back, our height at the front, and once we've got all those measurements, then it was just a simple matter of stick building the back wall. For our walls, we're using 7/16 OSB for sheathing, and basically we just tacked it on with some screws and then used a stapler. Now on the back wall at the top you can see that we have a overhang with the sheathing.
So if you're
that overhang is going to is a distance on the rafter after it's been cut on the angle. So the rafter will go up against there, that way our sheathing is already done at the top of the rafter. Now we just laid out the front wall, built it. Forgot to press start when we did that one, but that's okay. Now this particular shed, we've got 2 doors. We got one on the right hand side, it's going to be 48 inches, and that's going to be a double door. And on the one on the left is a 42-inch door, which is just going to be a single door. This gives us a little bit more access to the inside and makes it just a whole bunch more functional.
Same
A
way,
little
man.
out towards you. Oh, back. Back. If you can get at that, you're pretty damn.
How's that doing?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. Once we got the front and back walls up, and we've got them squared, plumbed up, it's just a matter of filling in the side walls.
Alright.
And basically, you put a top plate on and cut your studs to fit.
Now, what do we have on that top?
Pretty simple process.
Well, I'm going to measure this one just in case it's a little bit of different. When you stick build, you always got to do it that way.
You're going to give me what, low side?
I'm going to give you the low side.
No, just give me the top plate first, Steve.
No, I don't want the top plate. I don't want that. I don't want to put the two end ones in first,
Oh, okay.
just like we did.
Alright.
We are 78 and just 7/16, maybe just the width. 7/16. Good enough.
7/16.
78 and 7/16, so we're a little bit different. You cut just a little bit off of this guy.
Yeah.
This is going to be on our screw down there.
Both of these got first
Yeah.
I don't know. 64?
8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Now that we got all the walls together, they're all screwed up, everything's all perfectly plumb and square, now it's time for the rafters. So basically I already knew my angle from when we designed it, and I cut one rafter and then used it as a template, and now we're going to cut all the other ones with that. Now at the top where we had the sheathing come up, we're going to add a little bit of glue on the end of the rafter, and that'll just keep the sheathing from, you know, buckling a little bit.
Not going to have any problem with rain running off today.
I don't. Haven't got any ponds up there.
Not including the new ones you bought?
That's right. New ones are 4 for the ladders, and then we got an 8 and a 10 for the front.
Right here, I'm just building an eave for the sides, and we want it to overhang, so you know, it's just going to look a little nicer. I'm not a big fan of sheds that don't have an overhang. So I think we have on this particular one, when we're all said and done, it'll be about 10 inches.
Side up. Right there. Oh, right there.
Okay, well, we're just getting close because the backside does not determine anything here. That's about right, Gord, because this one here, we may have to loosen it off, like I said. Yeah. Well, I guess we should. Shoes? Okay.
You want to take this bar in?
Oh, you can go ahead. Here, get it back. I got it. Love uneven.
What do you want to do? Even on your end? You want to come down here?
Oh, even on my end down, just right there. Perfect.
Now I left it down a little bit, so.
That's okay. We're gonna push.
Once we got all the ends and everything all nailed up, it was time for the front fascia board. And this one here, of course, is going to be a little over 18 feet, so we had to do it in 2 pieces.
Well, I tell you what, she's just deadly here. I don't know where you're at. Just hold on. I'll put a screw in this side there, Gord, and then I'll come over and give you a hand. I guess you just level up anyway with
With the other one.
yeah. It looks like they're high though, eh?
It's got to stay. It's got to go there, right?
Yeah. See what we got here. Yeah, she's good.
Well, we got everything just about built now, so it's a matter of roofing. And we're not going to cheap out here either. We're going to make sure it's done right. We did ice and rain guard for the whole top. We got roof edge, and then of course we just went with an architectural shingle. Didn't really show too much of the roofing. It's hard to get up there and film that. And roofing is pretty boring. Got her done in a couple hours. Still one of my favorite things to do. Don't tell anybody though.
Okay, you want to hand me that black tack, get it started, and give me a rag.
No, you don't need a rag, do you? You need her than that.
No, I use my finger to smear it, eh? You can kind of see the little profile there that we did. We just had to trim that edge to make it fit. And then I made a little wedge so that when we put our soffit in, she's going to be level, not going up on an angle. Make sense?
I got a 16th at the top, an 8th at the bottom. I can go a little more if you want.
I've actually got.
It's now time to tidy up the outside, finish all the sheathing. And you know, you've got some angles to cut. You just do it with a tape measure. You just take some accurate measurements, and falls into place pretty quick and easy.
Yeah, that works for me right there.
Okay.
Yep.
At the bottom of the sheathing, where it's going to touch the ground or get close to touching the ground, we're putting down a wood preservative. And you just use a foam brush, put it on fairly good and heavy, and that should actually help protect it for quite a few years.
And an 8.
19. That's what I got. This time. Yeah, I think it was 19 and an 8.
What are you getting now?
19. A screw?
Yep.
Come my way a bit. Okay, it could be tied up at the top. How are we at?
We are tight at the top.
How are we at the backside there now? Okay.
Good there. Good there.
Okay. Better.
Now it seems like a little bit of an overkill for a shed, but we did put some house wrap on. You know, it's that added protection, that one more layer, and if you've got it, why not use it?
Go ahead. You can take that. Go a little lower. Okay. So on. How much overhang did you have at the bottom?
Just an 8.
Okay.
Doesn't go all the way.
Yeah, the front you can see. Okay, let's put one on the bottom here.
Take it a bit further.
Here, we're just gonna go to the edge of the door.
Good here.
We're going to the edge of the door anyway.
Well, it's time now for Soffit and Fascia. It's another one of those jobs that I just really don't mind doing, and you just take your time. In fact, the slower you go, it seems the faster you go. And the only thing you have to make sure is that you've got a really good set of tin snips, lots of time, and a radio. That really helps out a lot. I've tried cutting soffit a couple different ways. You could put a blade in backwards on your skill saw, but I still find the best way of doing it's with a zip cut. When you're doing your soffit, here's a neat little trick for you there. When you get to the end, you can actually just cut a chunk of soffit, put it in upside down like I just did, and that will keep your end piece from flopping around. Keep it nice and tight. Well, we've basically got all the construction part done. And now it's time to put the lipstick on the shed. That'll be part 2. We're gonna build some doors, put some siding on, trim it out. It's gonna look beautiful. Stay tuned.